I was bullied as a child. I was afraid to go to school. I was forced to hide for school pictures. I was forced to throw my artwork out. I was forced to steal money from my mother. And I was told that I would be like beaten up after school almost every day. I used to cry until like 2 years ago every time I would talk about it. Yes. But not today, I'm fine.
It pains me to bear witness to the homophobic bullying and the homophobic slurs that goes on in schools, tolerated by teachers and students. It pains me to hear stories from my friends who share the same story of homophobia, transphobia, racism, discrimination and violence over and over. The bullying and the harassment and the violence has to stop.
About 40 years ago, there was this program on CBC, The Fifth Estate. I was living on a reservation. There was a sex change and a man married. I was like, oh my God, I'm not alone. I'm not the freak that everybody says I am. I was shaking that night. I was like, because everybody was saying all those nasty things that they say to bring us down. But it didn't bring me down. It gave me hope. My heart, my dreams go out to the youth that may feel isolated, alone. You're not. And hell no, you are no freak, honey. The only freak there is the one that's calling you one.
I sued my high school. I sued my school board because they failed to protect me. They failed to defend my right to go to school, and I won. We have 80 countries in our world where we can't even be ourselves. 10 of those countries want to kill us, and I say no. We have gay youth committing suicide. I sat on a network call with all of the GSA organizations from across North America. Do you know how many suicides we've counted? 600. From September to Friday of last week. Not 6. That is unacceptable, and that is the same number we had last year and the same number we had the year before. We have not treated our trans people right. We have not treated our drag queens right. We have not supported queers with disabilities and visible minorities and queers who are living in rural communities. Shame on us for not doing enough. Shame on us for thinking that gay marriage was the end of our battle, because it's only the beginning. If you want to get involved, see me after. I have a card. There are 5 ways that you can stop homophobia right now. 5 ways you can get involved. And if you don't want to talk to me because you're scared of me, talk to the people from Out in Schools, Community, and the other amazing organizations in your community. And if you're still too scared, give your money. And you have no excuse not to do that. We have problems in our world, and I demand that we fix them. I will spend my entire life traveling across Canada, the US, Europe, telling my story, and I encourage you to find your voice and do the same. It is only until we find our voice and we use it that we will make this world better. It's not a purple shirt and it's not hope. It's not well wishes and looking to the future. It is actual movement. And our community has been defined by that movement, and our community will be defined by that movement.
So for the next, from grade 8 until about grade 12, I was the gay of Maple Ridge, the gay of Mission, and the gay of Ruskin. Really not the best thing when you're walking with your parents going shopping for food cakes to be known as, oh, there's the gay. Oh, there's the gay. And it's kind of upsetting because when you really don't have these accesses or resources to resort to, you don't really have much to go off but what you feel inside. When I heard about these suicides over the last actually couple of years, it's not just recently, they've been happening for quite some time, it kind of makes your heart cry a little bit inside, going that we're not doing much to get out to these students, to these schools that actually need our help in the most rural areas.
For some of us, being ourselves, speaking out, coming out for the sake of resisting oppression is a choice. I'm not here to queer it down a little for anybody. I'm here to queer it up for the dykes, the sissies, the faggots, the tomboys, and the trannies. I know you're in here, and I have a message for you from the other side of freedom. You've been blessed with having something worth fighting for, and although your identity might sometimes feel like a liability, some people say that being queer is what saved them. Gave us a safe reason to be subversive, taught us early that social rebellion satisfies a basic human need for validation. So this is it. This is your chance to be a badass. When someone else calls you a name, you're gonna say, hell yeah, and reclaim it. If it's been written on your locker in cherry scented marker, say sissy. Sissy! If other girls have refused to sleep at your house like you're some kind of predator, say dyke. Dyke! If you've been walking down the hall and had a group of great big guys behind you and had to restrain yourself from running because it will only make things worse, say faggot. Faggot! If you've been kicked out of public washrooms in the name of someone else's false sense of security, say tomboy. Tomboy! If you've been in any of these situations and thought to yourself, oh fuck, I hope they don't hear my voice, see my Adam's apple, find my vagina, say tranny. Tranny!
I just want to take a moment to have everyone look over and see what is playing at the Van City Theater on their screen. I made a Facebook event and I threw it out into the world and said who's going to respond, and people responded. Yeah, I mean, it's the most relatable story in the world. I was bullied for being short. I was 4 feet tall. And people tormented me and they treated me terribly, and then when it was all said and done, I just got over it. And I mean, you know, it was tough, it was hard. I got bullied for being gay later on, and then finally I just came out and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm a nerd and I'm short and I'm gay, and what are you gonna do about it? And people are like, oh, nothing.